Well, hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys the fastest firing weapons in Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm not just saying the base weapons, I'm telling you guys with attachments what is the fastest firing weapon. And I will tell you right now, the results may be or may not be surprising to you. Because if you've played this game since the beta, you probably know there's one fast firing weapon that you probably think could not be beat. But with Season 1 literally coming out, basically, 19 hours left at the time of recording this video, this is probably, it might be surprising to you because, as you're seeing with the gameplay right now, the gun that I'm using right here, the carbine rifle, is one of the quickest firing, but it's not the most firing. It may or may not be, I'm just saying. But this is going to be what I've picked up from the greatest firing weapons in the game. Alright. I don't know what else to say in this part, so we're just gonna continue to the actual game. Alright, the good old classic MG42. I love this gun so much, one of my favorite machine guns in all of history. For my opinion, this thing was really early for its times. Like, if they would have made this, like, later than World War II, it wouldn't have been that good of an achievement, because by that time, the US had already came out with better weapons than that. But anyways, for World War II, this is one of the most hated by the Allies weapons, because, you know, this thing could basically shred through 50 people in a matter of 2 seconds. But with an insane fire rate of 13 rounds a second, this is our first weapon, an LMG. With 13 rounds per second is insane. But that's this game. And I love how fast the fire rate is, but if someone's using this thing against you, you better start running, because you're gonna die if they find where you live. Okay, so here we have the Dinner Plate 27. Dinner Plate, also really iconic weapon. This is coming in at about 10 rounds per second, which is actually not too bad, but it's a light machine gun, so personally, I think it would probably be better if it shot pretty quicker, but this is World War II, and this is supposed to be, I guess, a futuristic take on World War II, seeing it as it is Call of Duty. So, I mean, I would expect it to shoot quicker since it is Call of Duty, so I'm just saying. In my opinion, it should shoot quicker, but I mean, it shoots at 10 rounds per second, which is, compared to the other weapons on this list, it's actually on some of the slower sides, because some of them shoot to 8 rounds per second, and some of them actually shoot up to about 20 rounds per second. So it shoots about half of like what the maximum is, which isn't the worst, but you know, also some pistols shoot up to 15. So not the greatest, not the worst, but it exists. Also, the reload time is pretty garbage, but you know, that's Alright, here, I don't even really know the name of this weapon. All I know is that that's that fire rate. 12 rounds per second, not the greatest, but it does pretty good amount of damage. That damage is pretty freaking good. And the actual gun itself looks pretty nice when you put on, the highest rate of fire. Most of the guns on this list are going to look cursed the more rate of fire that you add on to it, because most of the time you're lowering the barrel, as you saw with the MG42. The upcoming Thompson is going to, you know, look disgusting, but most of the weapons, it makes up for it because of the fire rate and the low recoil. It's just really good. But that's all I have to say about this one. Alright, now we have the Bren. The Bren light machine gun is one of the most iconic submachine guns, light machine guns I've ever seen. And it is one of the greatest I've ever seen as well. I love this gun. It is amazing. And it comes in at about 8 rounds per second though, which is kind of disappointing. But it's okay. The damage actually kind of makes up for it. But this gun is a really loved gun for me. And most of my friends, we enjoy this gun more than we like the other ones, because more than we like other hopper feds or just regular ones, because it's just so iconic and it's such a beautiful weapon. And yeah, that's all I have to say for this one. Also, just add some hollow points on there, and you can shred through whole entire lobbies in seconds. Alright, now we have the MP40, which is one of the greatest German weapons of all time, in my opinion. Coming in at around 11 rounds per second of this thing is pretty freaking crazy. I really don't know what else to say about this weapon, besides the damage output for it, especially since you shoot 9mm, is insane. I don't understand how this submachine gun has this high of a damage and a pretty quick fire rate. I mean, compared to some of these other ones, that's kind of slow, but still, this is also, you don't even have to get high of a level, that high of a level, to get most of this fire rate unlocked. So that's just insane to me. We're on to the Sten now. This gun is. Just look, just watch this thing. Look at that's me dying, but look how much this thing just shreds. Coming in at 15 rounds per second, one of the faster LMGs on this list, and is one of the way better damage input. This one you kind of have to level up the good bit to get to this rate, but it's still a pretty freaking crazy weapon to shoot. And I just look, it's the Sten, that's all I have to say, it's the Sten. It's just, it's good, that's the word I'm looking for, good, really good, it's awesome. I just don't know what to say I'm really just running out of words to say, because this clip ends in like 10 seconds and I'm running out of ideas of words to say, so yeah. This is the new I think it's like the Cooper carbine rifle or something, but it's an assault rifle, I'm pretty sure. I accidentally put that clip in right here, but this thing shreds. I'm just saying, it's just 17 rounds per second, one of the better assault rifles. We still have some more SMGs to go over. I don't know why this one's in the middle of all the submachine guns. We still have 3 SMGs left, but this thing is just absurd, especially with the new bayonet attachment that you can put on it. I don't know why this thing is just so good. It's probably going to be a battle pass weapon too, but just wow. We probably have like 16 hours left, and then this thing can be available for all of us to use in multiplayer, and this is just going to be the new meta. It's going to be this thing. And this thing shoots faster than the MG42, because the MG42 shoots 13 rounds per second. This is 17. So I'm gonna be using this thing a lot when it comes out. Also, the new AT rifle. Wow, these things are incredible. Alright, mentioned earlier, the Thompson, coming in at 19 rounds per second, which is a little bit quicker than the Cooper, this is my first ever gun I used in this game. Even in the beta, this thing was it just shreds. It was this and the Sten was my loadout And I can't speak. This thing is just a really cool gun, but just look at that cursed image at the bottom. This thing is cursed when you mod this thing to be the fire rate just incredible. Most of these also do look cursed, such as later you'll see the Mauser. Literally, the actual body is bigger than the whole entire barrel itself, so that's a thing. And the 1911, the barrel is 52 feet long, so yeah, that. Oh my gosh, this whole game is cursed gun images. That's all I'm saying. It's not all I'm saying. I don't know why I keep saying that. But yeah, for this gun, pretty good fire rate. And yeah, let's move on to the next weapon. Alright, this is a Type 100. Really close related to the Sten. But this one basically makes the Sten look puny. This thing coming in at 18 rounds per second, besides the Sten's 15 rounds per second, it's basically just the big brother in this game, the big brother of the Sten. Which in real life, I'm pretty sure this thing also is just the big brother of the Sten in general. But, oh my gosh, this thing shreds. I love this gun. And also, I don't know if you guys see on the top, I forgot to mention this, the carbine rifle, the Cooper, it actually got me a V2 rocket. I just now remembered that happened. But this gun is just look at that. The hit marker sounds too that you get off of this thing. If you hit all contacts with your shot, you could kill 3 people in probably 1 magazine. That's just... Alright, this is the PPSH-41 on the Papasha. This thing is... Ooh. That's all I gotta say about that one. It's just... It's... Ooh. Alright, what's the fire rate on this one? 18 rounds per second. Yeah. Not as weak as the Thompson, but damage totally makes up for it. It looks insane with all those rounds shooting out. Super good gun. Alright, this is the STG-44. Or the Skirmish Gewehr 44. This thing used to be the meta for a super long time. I really enjoy that this weapon is in this game, like it is in most other World War II games. But it shreds. I'm pretty sure that's why everyone used it for a little bit. And that's all I have to say about this gun. Also, if it sounds like my voice is just covering up every freaking clip, it's because I'm trying to film this all in one go, in one take. So if it sounds really dumb in the end, that's because it is. I'm trying to make this as scuffed as possible. Alright, now we're doing the automation. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Shooting at 12 rounds per second. I forgot to say, STG's 14 rounds per second. This thing's 12 rounds. Pretty freaking cool gun. No recoil. One of the better assault rifles, I would say. And I honestly enjoy that this gun is this quick firing. I don't really like the gun in general, but fire rate, if you just level it up a lot, you could get some insane rate of fire. Just look at that. Alright, well, I made this way longer than it should have been. Hold up. Alright, so the Browning automatic rifle, we had a little bit of an editing mistake, but this is the Browning automatic rifle, shooting at 8 rounds per second. It is a pretty good weapon just in general, and I enjoy using this thing. Just slap some 50 BMG on here and just light up your whole entire squad. Or not your squad, light the whole entire enemy squad. You're not going to have the exact rate of fire because most of this comes from a magazine. That's the rate of fire on here. So if you take off the mag that it usually uses, it's not going to be the best, but it's it's still gonna shred. Just if you just slap some 50 BMGs on, it'll wreck your whole entire enemy squad. This thing is just. I just love this gun. That's what I'm trying to get at. This gun is just awesome. Just watch this thing go. You actually can't, because I'm knifing right there. Next gun, AS-44. I don't even know why I muted at that point. AS-44 shoots at 16 rounds per second. Really nice gun. I like it. I like it a lot. Just look at this. Why am I okay? Anyways, yeah, it shoots pretty good. I don't usually like to run this gun, but I've gained a lot of respect. Not a lot of respect. I've gained some respect for this thing because it looks good with these attachments on it. And it just feels way better to play with. The Nazi 41 is like it's called this thing. I don't know why that clip ended so quickly. That thing shoots at 10 rounds per second. The Volt shoots at about 10 rounds per second. Why did that clip end so quickly? I have no idea. That's just bad on my part. This thing, I like this thing a lot. It's actually pretty freaking cool. I don't know why I like it a lot. Probably because it's like every other gun in this game with no recoil. But it's literally is like every other gun. It just, I guess, in my opinion, it just looks better or something. Like, yeah, it just looks. It's unique, is what I'm trying to go at. Most of these guns are unique, such as the NZ41, but yeah, it's just, yeah. Wow, okay, I hear my mic, and all you hear is the automatic shotguns, which these things easily can squeeze off all 5 rounds a second. And if you wanted to, probably squeeze off more. I'm pretty sure there's an extended magazine attachment for some of these, which, if so, you could probably squeeze off more than 5 rounds per second, but what I'm using, 5 rounds per second is easy to squeeze off. And then you have the 12 round per second 1911s and the 12 round per second C96 Mausers. I don't even know why they did that, but they made these weapons so insane for this game. Like, just slap some hollow points or incendiaries or some lengthened rounds, and you can just shred the whole lobby. Especially with the C96, you just have to put a 40 round mag on there. I don't even know why I included the M9 or the M2, but this thing is all I gotta say is Burt. That's what I wrote down. I don't know why I wrote down Burt. Probably because you can't really put a fire rate on this thing. But I got a 50 kill streak with this thing before I died. No deaths. Besides that one. And, I don't know what hit me right then. I'm remembering this from my brain. I don't know what hit me right there. I'm pretty sure that it was a AT, because they can carry around AT rifles. So if an AT rifle can do that, or 50 BMG can do that to this thing, what is Activision or Treyarch using? What are these soldiers using that can withstand that? And then the death machine, of course. I'd rather use an MG42 if I'm going to use something like this. Just slap some hollow points or incendiaries on nothing, and just put some hipfire attachments. Boom, you can completely shred. But okay, I respect the death machine because it does more damage, but no ammunition for it. And finally, precision airstrike. This is just kill streaks I'm doing over right now. The rate of fire for this thing, if I'm going off of a P51 Mustang, which this one is, probably around 12 to 20 rounds per second, so one of the faster ones. Alright, well, thanks to you for watching this video. This took a long while to make. But if you guys enjoyed, please consider liking, subscribing, or turning on notifications. But yeah, I would say the quickest firing weapon in this game is probably the Thompson. from my stats. My stats are probably wrong, but probably the Thompson or the MG42. Thank you. Goodbye.